Hello and welcome to this replay of an Insight Timer live session I offered called Make More Money. This session was specifically geared towards soulful entrepreneurs, but it can benefit anyone who's interested in releasing their blockages around having more abundance. I'll talk a little bit at the beginning about what some of the core blockages are that hold us back from making more money. And then I guide an energy clearing and activation experience where we start to let go of those blockages. So I hope you enjoy this replay. And thank you so much for being here and for tuning in. So we're going to jump in. So today's session is about making money. And again, if you're new to my lives or maybe to me, maybe you just opened up Insight Timer, which I often do, and I just see who's presenting alive. And then I log into somebody new and download lots of good nuggets from them. But if you're new, so I'm an energy worker, intuitive, I'm a yoga teacher, meditation teacher. I have a ton of meditations here on Insight Timer, a couple courses, and I've been entrepreneurial for all of my adult life pretty much. And I've done a lot within my own business, but I've also supported other wellness entrepreneurs, mostly with developing their business as well. And because I have the intuitive energy side, I can really kind of get beneath the physical realm and see what's going on energetically and kind of support the energetic alignment for what kind of success you're looking for in your business or in your life, in other areas of your life too. I work with people who are working on relationships and working on all kinds of things. So that's a little background on me. And so with this session today, we're going to be working on the energetic blueprint that underlies the physical realm. And specifically, we're going to be looking at money blockages and what's holding us back from really receiving the abundance that we desire in our life. And so I'm really excited about this session because I feel like money, is a hot topic, especially if you're in business for yourself. And I have to say, I have met like one or two people that I've worked with one-on-one where I'm like, wow, you don't really have any money blocks. Like there's a lot of flow there for you. But most people, there's quite a few money blocks, especially like I said, if they're self-employed and they're doing business for themselves. Maybe they're a solopreneur, they're just a one-man show, so to speak. So we're going to work with that today. So as you're logging in, before I dive in a little deeper, just again, let me know if you are here for a specific reason, if you have a block that you're working with, because I will kind of receive those intentions energetically and I'll bring them into our clearing today. And also, if you want to tell me where you're coming from and what else can you tell me? If you've been on previous sessions and you felt a shift, any of that information would be awesome. I have gone through and read all the comments from the previous sessions and I took notes, and it was really fun to just read what people were sharing, and also just all the chatter going on between people is really fun to pick up on. All right, so money blocks. Woo! So I just took a few little notes. I'm going to talk a little bit, but then we're going to mostly get into the experience because that's kind of the meaty part of what we're doing, is getting into our energy and starting to move those blockages. But a few things that I did write down around just notes, like what for money specifically and for money blocks, a couple helpful things as you're moving into this. And you may even want to jot this down if you haven't done conscious work around money. A couple of good segues into working with your money blocks. One is to know how much money do you want to make? And that's, you might throw out a number that you've even heard, like, I want to make six figures. I think that's a really common one that people throw out. But think about how much money do you want to make? And that could you could break it down to how much money you want to make in a week, in a month, in a year, in 5 years, in your lifetime. But how much money do you want to make? And sometimes it's nice to look at how much money do you need to make so that you have your basis covered, and then how much do you want to add on top of that. So just having some clarity about how much money you want to make. And I recommend, if you're able to, like, at least write down that question or note that question to yourself, and then spend some time really thinking about how much money do you want to make? How much is enough? How much is going to feel like enough for you right now? How much is going to feel abundant to you right now in your life? And you can, again, have a 5-year plan where you start to up it. And the reason it's nice to start there is how much money do you want to make is because we all have an energetic kind of capacity or container that we're working with. And for some of us, depending on our upbringing, maybe depending on how much money our family had when we were growing up or into our adult life, even how much money we've had access to, how much money has flown to us, our capacity to receive is gonna have a set point. And we want to be able to be aware of what that set point is, and we want to be able to change that set point progressively over time. So sometimes, you go from making $20,000 a year to $80,000 a year, and that expansion can be a little bumpy, actually. It sounds like, great, that's amazing, but if you're not ready for that, if you haven't adjusted your set point, it can actually feel a little bumpy because there's going to be some resistance there. We're usually most locked into what's familiar to us. Okay, so keep that in mind. How much money do you want to make? And even if you have something to just jot down initially what you're thinking on paper right now, can be really powerful. You're spell casting for yourself. And then the other question is to know why. Why do you want that much money? And again, because I'm gearing these talks towards soulful entrepreneurs, even if you're not an entrepreneur in business for yourself, you'll still benefit. But because I'm gearing this towards people who want to be aligned with their soulful self, knowing why you want to make that money is most likely going to matter to you. So if you're just like, I want to make $500,000 a year, but you don't have any purpose behind it, your motivation to get there might be more dictated by your ego or your conditioned self versus your soul. Your soul is going to want to probably receive some kind of, or have some kind of meaning connected to making that money. So why do you want to make that much money? And it's perfectly fine to say, I want to be comfortable. I want my family to be comfortable. I want to be able to pay my bills, do X, Y, and Z, and then have freedom to travel. All of that is amazing. And knowing that your own comfort and your own freedom then ripples, right, and impacts the greater good of all and the planet. So why do you want to make the money that you want to make? Why do you want to make, that number that you pulled out? Why do you want that? So those are two questions that I really encourage you to contemplate outside of this session, but in the moment, if you're able to write some notes down about that, that would be helpful just in terms of getting into your own energetic blueprint so that we can start to see what's blocking you. And then I'm going back to, I have already spoke to this, but the third thing that I had wrote down for notes was, are you open to receiving that amount? Is your container, your vessel, which is your physical self, but also this energetic part of you, is it prepared to receive that? Are you ready to take that amount in? So that's just all, those three things are laying the foundation for you to make more money, for you to receive. And then once you're aware of those three things, which would be, so the amount, knowing why you want to make that amount, and then you sit with that amount and you feel into it and you welcome it into you and you see, where's my resistance? Where are my blocks? And it might feel really good in the moment, but then an hour, a day later, a week later, you might notice that some of the blockages, some of the weeds start to present themselves. You doubt yourself. You turn down an opportunity that could maybe make you a lot of money. There's ways that we sabotage, there's ways that we resist. And so we're going to look into what is that resistance? What are those blockages? And what can we move through today? What can we clear and release today on that energetic level, which underlies the physical realm? So it's the blueprint for our physical reality. And we can go into this energy realm and become clear about the beliefs that exist there, the old energies that exist there, the perceptions that we've received. Some of it we've taken on from our lineage. We can start to see those and remove those really simply just by identifying them, naming them, and then we're going to use the breath to actually clear them. The breath directly links to your energy. And so you can move energy with your breath, right? When you breathe in and you visualize your breath moving in different areas, you can use your breath in a similar way to move beliefs, which are energetic, to remove emotions, things like that. All right, so any questions? Anybody have anything they want to share? Julie says, I want to sustain the amount I made this month and increase it. I used to struggle with saying a larger number, but I'm happy to say I now want at least 10K per month with room to expand. Thank you for holding that space, Julie, for this group. I love that you put in there that you want 10K a month and you're clear about that, and you've already worked with building your container to hold that number, to hold that amount. Because so if you are somebody who's like, I'm not even comfortable making 1K a month, I'm not even comfortable making $1,000 a month, what's beautiful is that in this community, in this group, we're going to have people on all different ends of the spectrum, and we're holding space for each other. So people who are comfortable at 10K can help elevate the people who are at 1K, right? The people at 1K can elevate the people at $500 a month or a week or whatever it is. So that's really beautiful. I am motivated by being of service and to be employed by the universe. Ooh, I like that too. Thank you for sharing that, Julie. All right. Carla, I tend to attract a lot of opportunities but fail to take action. Yep. And so that can be some of that resistance. That can be some of the sabotage that we bring in when we have opportunities come our way. It's almost like if our container, our energetic blueprint is not open to receiving that flow and that abundance, it will overwhelm our system, right? It will just push us probably to say no, to put a stopper to that pretty fast. And how great would it be to be in flow with that abundance of the universe, to know that what we put out, we get to receive and take back in. And to know also, I just again want to reiterate, to have compassion for yourself for wherever you're at on this journey of making money. So it might be, it can sometimes feel like a slow process when you're doing the really deep rewiring, especially if you're coming forth with a lot of baggage around money, right? So be compassionate with yourself. The third question again was, are you open to receiving that amount of money that you set for yourself in step one? All right, I just want to read a couple more comments here. Let's see. I'm out of work because I quit my job and hated the new one I took, so now I'm applying everywhere and it's been endless rejection. I need help. I'm qualified, but I'm in my 50s and I know that hurts too. Thank you for sharing that, Alexis. You may be in your 50s, but you've got wisdom, you've got experience, right? You have a lot to offer. All right. My health declined, but I'm ready to give and receive and try to heal what I can. Beautiful. Want to be able to hire support for home health work and spiritual path. Awesome. I found that I get unsure of stating an amount. Okay. Awesome, Kim. I'm open and ready to receive. So Kim, what would be great is to figure out how much do you need to make in a month? Just if you're confused about like how much to ask for or how much to desire in regards to making money, thinking about how much do you need to make? Like just to have your bases covered, to pay for food, to pay for a roof over your head, to pay for your bills, your family, whatever. How much do you need? And then give yourself a little wiggle room. Add a couple $100s on top of that. Add $1,000 on top of that. And see if you can feel okay about that. Feel okay about asking for that. Money, like I said, can bring up so much resistance. So many of our blockages come up around money. Feeling worthy of making that money. Feeling like you're allowed to even ask for it. That can bring up a lot. All right. Open to working with my resistance, allowing more abundance to flow into my life so I can also help others. Thank you, Carla. 10K by the end of the month, Kim. Awesome. There you go, Kim. Throw that out there. I like it. All right. So we got a lot of people coming in about 10K a month. Okay, 5K a month. Money equals energy. Yes. Okay, so like I say go for it. If you want to put a number into the chat box, and if you feel scared about doing that, that's okay, because we'll do a clearing around that to help you. Because it can be scary to say, I want to make this much money. I want to make 10K a month. It can be scary to put that out there to a group of people. So, but we're in this together. All right. 6K or more, awesome. And it's okay, 400K per year, beautiful. Thank you, Carla, for sharing that. I do want to say, so there's a lot of money in the world. Now, it may not be evenly distributed, or it may not be distributed in a way that is balancing and honoring of everybody. So I do want to just put that into the field here too, that we live in an abundant world. It has been exploited in a variety of ways, and there are power dynamics at play in the world that I think all of us can agree upon, that there's inequalities, right? So, but a lot of, but there is this journey inward where we can work with ourselves, right? And that will help impact and change the external world. Or it will also, by working with ourselves, that will empower us to take action to change things up in the external world that aren't working, that aren't sitting well with us when it comes to money. All right. Okay, great. So keep sharing what you want to share. Welcome everybody as you're logging in. We're working with money and with money blocks. So I'd like to just get going and move into this meditative experience where we're really like getting in there and starting to clear energy. So if again you're new to this, how I work is I'm going to be holding space for this collective group that has joined to work with money blocks, and it's like going into like the book for all of us. It's like, here's our book of money, or here's our computer software program around money. I open it up, I start to look at the coding, and I see, oh, here's a block, here's a block, here's a block. These are keeping us from receiving and taking in this money. We highlight this block, and we highlight it by, I'll be highlighting it today by defining it with some words. And those words grab the energy, basically, and then we can delete it with our breath. So we're just breathing in and breathing out. So think of yourself a little bit like a computer program, right? We are programmed. We've got all these programs inside of us. Some of them serve us, a lot of them don't. We're going into this blueprint, this energetic database, right? Motherboard of ourselves, highlighting the things that don't work, deleting them, okay? And so I'll be using my words, and then I'll tell you to breathe, and then we're going to let go of some things, and I'll check in with you and see where we are at. Feels crazy to type it. 150K a year. Let's all give Allie a heart. Go Allie. Because she said it felt crazy to type that. Can I give a heart to you? I can. I just gave you a heart, Allie. It's coming your way. Okay, so you can sit, or you could lie down, or maybe you're just listening and you're at work, whatever is great for you. And I will make a replay of this if I can. Oh, lots of hearts, 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 hearts all the way around for everybody. Okay. So sit, or like I said, lie down if you'd like. If you want to close your eyes, go ahead and close your eyes. And when you initially just kind of start to tune into yourself here for a moment, come back home into yourself, into your own energy, notice just how you are in this moment. You can take a deep breath in and out, but really just check in with your own kind of energetic charge in this moment. And you might feel like flat. Maybe you feel a little flat in this moment, your energy. Maybe you feel some excitement about the idea of welcoming in more money. Maybe you even feel triggered. I'm going to use the word triggered. We could also use the word activated, like maybe you spoke into the chat box, this is how much money I want to make. And after doing it, you were like, whoa, right? So some of your blockages or some of your resistance started to come up to the surface. So just right now in this moment, how are you? And let your breath support some inner balance. Let your breath draw you into presence. And let your breath awaken your soul in this moment. So as you breathe in, imagine this part of you that is here with you all the time, but often covered up by our conditioning, right? Our personality, our day-to-day kind of routine self. But your soul is here all the time, just waiting to awaken, waiting to be embraced, embodied, expressed. This is your essential self. It is your true self. And it carries a light, carries your light. It's connected to the divine. It's got a reason for being here on the planet, and it has very specific gifts and skills and talents that it has come to the planet with. So as you breathe in, just imagine this inner part of you. It's like the eyes blink open, and this part of you, this soulful part of you, awakens. Right? Turning that switch on and welcoming this part of you into this session today. Maybe it's always here with you. Maybe you're very conscious of that. Or maybe this is new to you, right? This is your authentic self. This part of us comes forth most often when we feel like we're in joy, when we're in the moment, when we're going with the flow of the universe, and when we're being really true to ourselves, to our heart's desires, right? Reaching out towards what we truly want. So again, just take a deep breath in as you awaken your soul inside of you, as you turn on this part of yourself. This is also an energetic part of ourselves. So as we awaken into our soul energy, I want you to also just intend that you are now connected to, kind of plugged into your energetic blueprint, right? And you're looking, internally, maybe with your mind's eye at your energetic blueprint, and this is your programming, right? And it includes the things that you came here to do. It includes your gifts, your talents, your skills, but it also includes, here's where you're blocked up. Here's some things that you're going to have to learn how to navigate through, because maybe you came here to learn about those things, but they can feel like blockages, right? So open up to this energetic blueprint. This energetic blueprint of you, and open up specifically to the part of your blueprint that has to do with money, that has to do with your finances. It's like you're walking through the library of you and you get to the aisle that says money, right? And you just turn and walk down that aisle, and here you are. You have access to everything you need in this moment that has to do with money, including what you're ready to let go of. So take a nice deep breath in. Feel your physical body just ground as you exhale, feeling the earth beneath you. And I'm going to offer up some clearing statements now. I'm going to say these statements slowly so that if you wish, you can repeat them after me, or just hear my words as your own. And then we're going to breathe with that intention of clearing whatever we need to let go of. And we're first going to just start with helping ourselves fully align with our soul. So I clear now all of the negativity shrouding my soul. that keeps me from fully inhabiting my soul, embodying my soul, feeling my soul, and allowing the light of my soul to shine bright in the world, in all that I do. Okay, so I want you to take a full breath in, and then breathing it out through an open mouth if you'd like. And we want this energy to we want to let go of this energy consciously. And you can intend to send this energy into a recycling bin, into a garbage can, right? Into a compost pile. Again, just working with the subconscious to know this, we're letting go of this. And to eliminate any negative energy, any confusion energy, keeping me from tapping into my soul frequency, the vibration of my essence, my truth, and feeling it, knowing it, recognizing it, so that I can choose my soul frequency more frequently than my human conditioning. I release and let go of those blockages, those barriers, that negative energy that keeps me from knowing my unique soul frequency. So I can start embodying it now and embody it specifically to make more money in my life. Okay, so take a breath. Let go of those blockages and barriers. The beautiful thing is that as you work with your own energy, you can start to step into, this is my truth. This is my true vibration. This is my conditioning. And the more you step into your true vibration, then you can make choices that are in alignment with you. And you can allow that to impact your life. That you can allow that to impact how much money you're making, right? It can all play, it all kind of plays together. Okay, now I want to do one just around our gifts, talents, and skills, just to get more hooked into those as well, because those are going to be kind of like the vehicles in which we send out into the world. Here's my skill, and then we get the return, right? In most cases. All right, so, and to eliminate, let's see, the negative energy that keeps me from connecting to and utilizing my soul's gifts, talents, and skills in an organic, authentic, honest way for my benefit and for the benefit of all. Okay, so take a nice deep breath in. Exhale it out. Give yourself permission to fully embody and utilize your gifts, talents, and skills in the world. How many of you feel blocked a little bit around that? I'm just curious. And if you consciously do, you can let me know in the comments. We're going to do this clearing as well. And to eliminate any negative impressions from my past, this lifetime or previous ones, that have that tell me that it's not okay for me to embody my gifts, talents, and skills. It's not okay for me to embody them, to know what they are, to use them for my own benefit, or to share them with the world. I release and let go of those imprints, those negative imprints from my past that no longer serves me. I came here with these gifts, talents, and skills. Therefore, I am intended by the Creator to utilize them, starting right now. So take a nice deep breath. Sorry, I said that one kind of fast. Good, one more breath. And I just want to comment on what Paris asked. How do you feel if there are blocks? I feel worthy for sure to make more money. That's awesome, Paris. So our blocks are usually, something about our blocks is that the blockages that we have are often unconscious. So we don't know they're there. So we do special meditations, or we take classes, or we work with a therapist or a guide or a teacher of some sort, or we do journaling. We do things that bring us a little deeper into and help us connect into that subconscious plane where we can start to look around and see what's there. And oftentimes, we all have our blind spots. So like my friends, my therapists, the people I work with that I have support me, they see my blocks that I can't see. I'm like, I just can't see that, because we tuck them away, because they're painful. Oftentimes blockages keep us from being who we really are. They keep us from receiving the abundance we deserve, that we desire. They keep us from sharing our gifts, from being the light, our true light. So, all right. Okay, money, money, money. Now we're kind of connected into our gifts. We have permission to utilize our gifts, and we're gonna work with money, money, money. Imposter syndrome. Thank you for sharing that. I have to work harder than others to keep my blessings. Okay, working hard. Making money has to be really hard work. Imposter syndrome. Unworthiness. I'm just going to write down some notes quick. Okay, so let's do some money blocks now. All right, center inside yourself. We're gonna start with this really simple one. I clear now all of my fear of making more money. All of my fear of being rich, all of my fear of increasing my wealth, of having wealth, of being wealthy. I release and let go of all of the negative energy, all of the things that I've been told about money that keep me in a state of fear around having it, around having more of it. This no longer serves me. So I let it go now. Take a deep breath in. So any fear that you have connected to money, and some of this fear could be the fear of not having enough, the fear of having enough, the fear of receiving it when other people aren't receiving it, the fear of what people will think about you if you have too much, the fear of responsibility. If I have all this money, how am I going to be responsible with it? Am I going to be irresponsible? Fear about so many things. Am I worthy of having this? Fear, fear, fear. Let's collectively together help all of us just release all of this fear as much as we're able to today. Nice and simple when you could do that every day for a while. Release your fear of having that amount of money that you want to have. Okay. And to eliminate all of the blockages and the barriers, the veils and illusions, keeping me from knowing how to easily, effortlessly, and effectively make more money without doing more work. Okay, so take a breath. Breathe out those blockages and barriers so that it's like you can have downloads, you can have insights. Oh my gosh, I can do X, Y, and Z. I'm really good at it. I can do that and make money and open up a flow, a channel. Sometimes there's one big flow, but I feel like we're moving into a time where there can be multiple flows, multiple streams of revenue that come into you, to you in lots of different ways. And so this is where when we clear the energy, it's like, oh, you can have that insight. The download comes in. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. I'm sitting on this gold mine. And you start to tap into it, and you're opening up these streams and flows. If I have enough, okay, so something you just said triggered a realization that if I have enough money, feel relaxed and supported, I'll feel guilty of having more than people around me. Yes. It's very common, especially for people, maybe empaths, people that are wanting to serve on the planet, that are wanting to support the upliftment of the planet, that have like a consciousness around that. that it can feel really hard to feel like you're flourishing while other people are not. But, and this is something, again, you can work with your energy on reframing that and knowing that the more abundance that you have, that you can be responsible, right? If you receive that abundance, you can manage that responsibly and choose to donate some of that. Choose to, maybe you serve, you volunteer in ways that you're able to because you have this abundance flowing in. You can support causes that you believe in. You can, I mean, there's so many things that you can do with that money. And we don't necessarily have, not some of us do, but a lot of us don't have role models that, you know, people who have all this money that maybe they sit on it, right? And they keep it all for themselves, and they're not really doing anything to help those that are in a state of lack. But it is okay for you to fill up first, for you to feel like you're living a life of freedom and joy. And I think from that place, naturally, if you're consciously working with yourself and working from a level of soul, you're going to naturally want to help. If you look around and you see people in need, you're going to naturally want to help in whatever way you can, whether that's through financial support or some other way. All right. Okay, let's do one around responsibility because there's a few people coming up with that. All right, so just again, center for a moment inside yourself. And if things come up for you, jotting them down in the chat is great because again, you're naming it then. You're putting words to it. And then you can take your own breath and clear it, right? Because once it pops up for you and you can name it, you're bringing it to consciousness. That's all that really needs to happen. And then you can start to clear that and start to release that. Okay. And to eliminate all of the blockages and barriers, keeping me from believing in myself and my capacity to be responsible with a high level of abundance flowing to me. I release and let go of the blockages, the barriers, the veils and illusions, keeping me from seeing how the divine force of the universe wants to send abundance to me and believes in my capacity to responsibly handle that abundance, and believes in my capacity to learn, to grow with that money, to learn through having that money how to be responsible. Okay, so take a deep breath in, breathe it out. And so I do my best with kind of describing, but in that clearing around this responsibility piece, it's like I feel like the universe is like smiling down upon all of us and like, I am abundant. You are here. There is abundance here for you. And you work on your side of the equation, opening up the channels so that this abundance that is here for you can flow to you and into you. And it's like the universe is kind of like smiling upon us all saying, I trust in you. I trust that because you are here, you can receive this. And you can learn how to work with this money. You can learn how to be responsible with this money. You don't have to have it all figured out to receive it. Part of the learning comes through receiving and making mistakes, or being indulgent, or doing these different things. We're all just in this process of learning, but the universe has like this benevolence, this smile of just like, I have all this here that I want to offer you. So just clear, open up those channels, clear the streams, clear the rivers of the blockages so that the flow can come to you, through you, and that you can experience this abundance of that I am, right? And we're all part of this great I am, this all that is. All right. How's everybody doing? You see the time here. I want to do a few more around money. Are you guys feeling some flow? Am I making sense? Can you feel the universe? The abundant universe smiling upon us all? Let's see here. Money, money, money. Just looking around, and as I'm looking around energetically, if you're inside yourself, breathing, kind of holding space for yourself and allowing your blockages around this abundance to arise. Okay. Let's do this one. And to eliminate all of the old programming, I'm going to call it the old programming, all of the old programming that keeps me from being in alignment with money, with an abundance of money, with the amount of money that I've declared I would like to make, in joy. Okay, so I clear now all of the old programming that keeps me from being in alignment with a level of abundance that I've declared for myself through a state of joy. And to eliminate the illusion that more money means more work, that more money means I have to burn the candle at both ends. Is that how that saying goes? I hope so. More money means being burnt out. More money means being exhausted. More money means too much responsibility. I release and let go of all of this old programming. It's not serving me. Okay, so take a deep breath in. Breathe it out. Clearing the pathways, the channels, so that we can joyfully come into alignment with the money we desire. And to eliminate all of the, I'm going to say it this way, sorry. And to eliminate being in the rat race. Take a breath. All right, so there is a strategy, right? If you have a business, there is strategies that you need to have your accounting set up. You need to charge for what you're putting out there into the world. There's physical strategies. We're working on the energetic level. And they're part of what's going on in our current paradigm, like especially in the world of like working, making money. There's a rat race, right? There's this machine. When I left a job recently that I did for a bit of time, I felt like I was saying, I felt like I got spit out of the machine. I got like spit out of the machine and it felt so good. But this idea that we have to like burn the candle at both ends. We got to work. We have to have a side hustle. We got to like work 40 hours a week and then some. And then here's your paycheck. And then you pay all these bills and you pay your taxes and you pay all this stuff. And then there's hardly anything left. And then you have to work harder and you have to, it's like, that's the rat race. And so I know for myself personally, I want to have a beautiful balance of work and play, work-life balance, and to be able to nourish myself. I don't want to nourish myself when I'm 65 or 70 or if I ever retire or whatever. I don't want to nourish myself then. I don't want to be working my ass off now and sacrificing my health now to take care of myself when I'm in my later years, when I'm retired. I want to be able to do that now. I want to be able to live in alignment with a state of health as best I can now, knowing there's going to be ups and downs, right? All right. Hey, everyone. So we don't have much time left. Thanks, Blanca. I'm glad you're loving this. Yes, lots of limiting beliefs. Write them down, burn them, say them out loud, take a breath. I'll put this replay up as well, like in a week or so, and hopefully you can listen to it again and fast forward through to the parts that you want to hear and do. So if anybody has like a really apparent blockage that is just popping up in your face right now that you want to share in the comment, please do so. I'm going to do like one more clearing statement and then we're going to do a little activation. Yes. What do we want? Yeah. Thank you, Sandra, for that donation. I really appreciate that. I want to open up to receiving. So we'll do some activation around the receptivity piece. All right. So I'm going to check around for just one, like a little bit more, one more maybe statement for clearing, and then we're going to activate and like really lock into this abundant flow. You're blocking the client's channel. Okay, Blanca. My age is my blockage. Okay, age, yes. Finalize and get what I want. Okay, so we got age, blocking the clients from coming to you, I'm assuming. Open up to receiving. Okay, let me look around with all of that, and we'll do one more clearing and then see what we can go on. Okay. I eliminate now the illusion. Oh, let's see here. Sorry, sometimes I have to pause because things start to change around a little bit. Okay. I clear now the collective programming that says I can make a lot of money during my prime. Prime being, as defined by the collective, mid-30s to late 40s. If I'm outside of that prime time, my level of abundance and ability to receive diminishes, and my flourishing as well. I release and let go of that program for all of us, regardless of what age you're currently at. Age does not dictate abundance. Age does not dictate flow. We are all capable and worthy of receiving abundance at any age. I release and let go of that ageism. I release and let go of that program that says my age defines how much I can make, and I'm only able, and I can make the most during my prime. I release and let go of that story. I release and let go of that programming. Okay, so take a breath. Those are the kind of things when I'm reading that energy, I like get a little mad about, just because there's so many ways that we like limit ourselves. I can get mad. Sometimes I feel mad about some of these blockages that come up, but like they're so sneaky. They're so subtle, and they're so sneaky, but we're all programmed by them, and we're programmed through, our family, we're programmed through society, TV, marketing, things like that. We're programmed in a subtle way through this messaging. And we don't even realize, but we start to believe the programming. And it's not true. It's like, who decided? Who decided that? It's not true. All right. There was one other one I wanted to clear around this. I just keep going back to, we have to open it. So here's yourself, all these streams. The universe is here. It is ready to flow to all of us. You just have to keep opening up your streams. Keep opening up your streams. So let's do one more clearing, and then we'll do some activation. Okay. I clear now the congestion in my streams. Whether or not I'm aware of the streams, I release and let go of the unconscious congestion that is blocking the streams that connect me to the abundance of the universe, and that keep me this congestion that keeps me from receiving, from taking in what I'm worthy of having, as well as giving out what I have to offer the world. So I clear now this congestion in my streams. Think of it as like your piping, like the piping in your house, right? And there's piping that draws in clean water. There's piping that takes out the dirty water. And we're opening up those pipes. So take a breath, clear the pipes. Clear the stream beds. Unconscious congestion you're not even aware of, that's backed up, that's blocking, bogging you down. And all of and clear the resistance to clearing the congestion, the resistance to opening the flow, the resistance to clearing those stream beds, to opening up your pipes and letting the abundance in, letting the abundance flow with ease and grace, with excitement, with worthiness. Okay, so take another deep breath. Lots of streams for all of us. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna activate some energy. We'll do a couple of these and then hopefully we'll be all feeling like things are flowing and we'll see what happens, okay? So activation is just, we're gonna activate, again, that kind of essential energy inside of us. We'll activate some connections with the universe, with that abundant flow. Yeah, we'll see what comes. Let's do a couple activations. Let's see here. Okay. I activate now my self-worth, my innate self-worth that comes from me simply being alive as a human being on the planet. I activate this self-worth now so that I know without a doubt in every cell of my body, in every fiber of my being, that I deserve to receive abundance. I deserve to receive financial abundance. I deserve to receive the amount of money that I need, want, and desire into my bank account, into my pocketbook, into my piggy bank, into my home, into my body, into my closet, into wherever you want to put that money. Take a deep breath in and exhale it out. Find that place deep inside of you that even if like the bulk of you feels unworthy, there's going to be one place somewhere inside of you that remembers, nope, I am worthy. It might be small, it might be quiet, but it knows, it remembers. Turn that part of you on. Let it kind of come on with a bang and remind all the other parts of you, all the cells in your body, fibers of your being, nope, that you are worthy. You get to have this. You deserve it, right? You are worthy of it. Okay, and we're gonna do this too. I activate now my personal, unique connection with the abundant universe. I activate this connection so that I can communicate with the abundant universe. I can collaborate with the abundant universe. I can work together with the abundant universe to create flow, to cultivate flow between the two of us so that all of my needs, wants, and desires are met with ease and grace, so that there can be an exchange between the two of us where I share and the universe shares back with me. I activate this connection right here, right now. So take a deep breath in and breathe it out. Feel into that abundant universe. Allow an alignment to be made, that connection to be felt, the dialogue to open between the two of you, right? Have a conversation with the universe. Let the universe know what you're desiring, what you're wanting, how you can work collaboratively with it. Because this is a relationship that we have. One with ourselves, we need to have that relationship with ourselves, explore, study, understand ourselves, and then we need to also know that we are not here alone, right? We are part of this abundant universe. Let the universe know, I want to be here. I want to make an impact. I want to share these things. I want to be able to do so successfully. And I may have blockages because I'm a human, right? My conditioning did not necessarily set me up to receive abundance easily, universe, but I do want that because I know that it will help me do these things, right? It will help me feel this way. So help me. You can ask the universe. You can have that conversation. We're not expected to be perfect, right? We can have our blockages and say, I have these blockages and I want to move past them. I want to learn from them and open up the flow at the same time. Ringing in the ears. I sometimes get ringing in my ears, Tamara, when a truth is spoken, just like I get goosebumps sometimes when somebody says a truth, or like when a message comes in, it's like, pay attention to that message. My ears might ring suddenly. Okay, so how's everyone doing? You felt a shift, Ada? Awesome. Love that. Love that. Love that. I'm getting fired up. As you maybe can tell from some of the last clear, I'm like, whoa, the energy coming through me, but it's like, no, we have to, like, we're doing this. We're releasing these things. We're activating these things. Like, this isn't okay anymore. We're all gonna step it up. We're all gonna go into a little bit more flow. All right, so I'm gonna do one last activation kind of statement, and then I'll stick around for a little bit if people have questions. So let's do this last one, and I want you to think of yourself, your home, your community, and think of this circle of people that are here right now also. Let's do this. I activate now abundance energy. I activate receptivity, my ability to receive freely, easily, gracefully, abundance from the universe. I activate now my ability to be blessed by the abundant universe, to be blessed by the light of the universe, the abundance of the universe, the love of the universe, so that I can thrive, so that I can flourish, so that I can be healthy and happy, so that I can welcome in what it is I need and want and desire to flourish, to thrive, to be the best version of me starting right now. So just take a breath in, let yourself be blessed by the abundant universe. It's almost like being kissed by the sun, right? Let that light flow into you, over you, down through you. And know that as you receive this, it kind of helps wash away some of those blockages, but it also might help kind of dislodge some of the unconscious blockages that we didn't quite get to today, so that you can continue to allow them to arise and emerge, be seen, acknowledged, and released. And this will continue to be here and available to you. This channel is open, the stream is open. You can receive and allow it all to flow into you. Exciting. That energy feels amazing. I'm fired up too, Blanca. Okay, so all right, so that is, we're gonna kind of wrap up the clearing and activation there, but hopefully you feel a little bit of that connection, at least to the abundant universe, or maybe just a little like energized, more grounded in your worth, whatever it might be. And if you don't feel anything, that's okay too. You don't have to feel things for this to have an impact. Listening to the words can allow, some people are energetically sensitive, some not so much. So if you're here, you stayed, you experienced, I'm sure you received some shifts. I'm glad that you feel empowered, lighter, joyful. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, and when you're making more money, yeah, pay it forward, pay it back, whatever, as the flow comes in for you. That's the thing. Like, so when the flow starts to happen, when you start to feel filled up and you're receiving, right? Maybe you can let some of that flow out in a financial way, but you can also, even if you don't have money, you can flow it by like sending good vibes, right? That's another way to be abundant with your energy. So, sorry, excuse me. So if you have any questions, I'll stay on for a couple more minutes if you have any questions. And if you are, again, if you're able, if you felt like you received a shift or anything positive from this experience today and you want to leave a donation, please do so. That helps me be able to show up and do these for free. And I do offer private one-on-one sessions that you can read more about on my profile here on Insight Timer. Lots of meditations, a couple courses that you can experience as well. I'm hoping to schedule a few more of these for September this afternoon, if I can get to it. So stay tuned for those. Listen to the 2 previous ones if you want to clear some more blocks around being a soulful entrepreneur, being seen, getting out there in the world. Those ones will help. And yeah, anybody have any questions? Thank you so much, Julie and Cheryl, for the donations. All right, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them. Like I said, I'll go back through afterwards. I can go through the replay and I'll read the comments. And I have a huge list of like all these comments from the previous couple for future ideas of sessions to do too. And we can do another one on money because there's many layers. So I'll throw maybe another money one in where we can work specifically around some other blockages that didn't come up today. Awesome, Julie. Yes. And if you get, and you can always message me here on Insight Timer. And if you have, like, hey, here are the things that I'm really working on. If you're going to do another live, if you can throw any of this in, I'm open to those suggestions and ideas because I'm doing this for you guys. And I want to see people that do good work, that have good work to offer the world, that are wanting to share their gifts in a meaningful way, but also be supported and feel abundant in doing so. I want to help you guys, want to help us all be able to step into that more fully. All right. Thanks, Sandra. Thanks, Susan. Yes. Thank you for the good energy, everyone. Thanks for saying that, Lucille, because really it's like, I know we're all in different places, but I could really, you guys really brought some pretty incredible energy today. I really felt that. And like I said, it's kind of gloomy here and rainy. And so when I was logging in, I was like, my energy felt a little flatter than normal. But then like, as soon as all you guys started logging in, I was like, yes, this energy is awesome. And I feel a shift myself too. So thank you all for being here and for contributing your own energy to the circle. I love all the chats. All right. Well, I think I'm going to wrap this session up. Went a little longer than what I was expecting. Try to keep these usually like 45 minutes, but they've been going almost an hour, so which is perfectly fine. It's what's needed. All right, everyone. Well, have a beautiful Friday, and let me know. Like I said, you can always message me. I love hearing like feedback about the sessions. If you have any breakthroughs or something happens after the session where you're like, whoa, how did that happen? Working with your energy can do miraculous things sometimes. Sometimes it's soft. It's just a soft opening, right? Subtle shift, barely detectable. And sometimes it's like a big wide open or a big dramatic shift happens. So it's fun to hear about those things. All right. Well, have a beautiful day. Thank you again for being here, and stay tuned for some future sessions. Would love to have you join in those. And yeah, wishing you all just to have an abundant weekend, rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.